I didn't expect to do this, but oh my fucking god. Free Guy is one of the best movies I have seen in recent history. My favorite movie of all time is Into the Spider-Verse, but this came very close. I have been extremely hyped for this movie since Jacksepticeye announced he had a role in the film. I was under the impression that he had a major role for the longest time, but his inclusion was great nonetheless. Another thing, I absolutely adore Ryan Reynolds movies, and they never disappoint. Except for Green Lantern, we never talked about that one. However, Deadpool, Deadpool 2, and Detective Pikachu are all amazing films, so I had my expectations high when walking into this film. The movie was unfortunately delayed due to COVID-19, but the wait was definitely worth it. And yes, I did see it in theaters, which made it all the better. 4 of my friends and the audience laughing and screaming along was the best feeling. Free Guy is about a guy named Guy, and he lives in a video game called Free City, similar to GTA. He soon meets a player character that he ends up liking. Upon meeting her, he starts to break his programming limp of being an NPC and starts following her around. We soon realize that this girl is named Millie in the real world, and she's a game designer that created AI life into her NPC's code in her game. She wanted her game to be published by a major game publisher, but upon giving them the game, the owner company shelved it. However, remnants of that game and its code can still be found in Free City. Thus, her goal is to find proof of this and take the publisher to court. Meanwhile, Guy realizes that he can be the hero and start saving people and level up just like players. That's where I'm going to stop on the synopsis, however. I would explain the whole movie, but it is just too good. You have to see the movie yourself. You might think the movie is trying to be #gamer relatable or whatever, but it doesn't even come close to that. It is very knowledgeable in the culture and even jokes around with gaming communities and other things. Speaking of jokes, as per usual, Ryan Reynolds does not disappoint. We were laughing the whole way through. When a comedy movie is good, they try to make it funny while also having a good and interesting plot. Most comedy movies don't really try so hard on the plot. Granted, Free Guy's plot isn't crazy or anything, but it doesn't rely on the comedy to carry it. Music choice when it comes to film needs to be atmospheric. They don't have to be memorable songs, they just have to blend in with the specific scene, and Free Guy does that. But what it does also have is a lot of gaming and comic book licensed music, which was always a treat to hear. The setting for the movie, especially during the end of the movie, is actually pretty cool and very pretty. Free City, the island, etc. The CGI is great too. Well, except for Dude, but I think that was kind of the point. Speaking of Dude, he has to be the absolute best fighting scene in all of cinema. It was funny, it was well choreographed, and the references were amazing. The only second to the Thanos fight from Endgame. Overall, I had a great time with Free Guy and can't wait for a sequel. I give Free Guy the rare 10 out of 10.